Well, I figured I might as well do this story before I officially start my day. It says the Supreme Court declines appeal from Derek Chauvin in murder of George Floyd. Now, we won't get to that in a second, but first, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon, and share the video with all your family and friends. Anyway, there's the pictures of George Floyd right here. And we're going to get into it. It says, Washington. The Supreme Court on Monday turned away an appeal by former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin, leaving in place his conviction for the killing of George Floyd in May 2020. Even though I think the knee pressed on the guy's neck was not the de facto way of that the brother was deceased. I think George Floyd had fentanyl in his system. But that's neither here nor there. Lawyers for Chauvin have asked the Supreme Court in October to make up his legal battles, which centered around a Minnesota trials court denial of his request for a change of venue and to sequester the jury. Chauvin urged that the decision to keep the proceedings in Minneapolis deprive him of his right to a fair trial because of pretrial publicity and the threat of violence and riots in the event he was acquitted. Well, I said after the verdict was read that they rushed the verdict, and that's my opinion. They rushed the verdict. Y'all can feel free to comment on that. Mr. Chauvin's case shows the profound difficulties trial courts have to ensure criminal defense right to an impartial jury consistent when extreme cases arise. His lawyer told the court in a filing, and that the jurors who heard the case had a vested interest in finding Mr. Chauvin guilty in order to avoid further rioting in the community in which they live and a possible threat of physical harm to them or their families. Well, I'm not going to say that's far-fetched. I mean, I said earlier, and I say it again, that the verdict was rushed. I mean, they don't want the city torn down if they found this man not guilty. The Minnesota Court of Appeals affirmed Chauvin's conviction and rejected his request for a new trial in April, after his lawyers challenged the decision by Hennepin County Judge Peter Cahill not to move the trial from Minneapolis, among other issues. The state Supreme Court declined to review that decision in July, leaving in place Chauvin's conviction and 22.5-year sentence. Now, I'm not saying he shouldn't still serve jail time, but he should only serve like a fraction of the 22 years instead of the whole 22.5-year sentence. Because we just found out that George Floyd was, I guess, no, I don't guess, that he did have fentanyl in his system. A 12-member Hennepin county jury found Chauvin guilty of second-degree murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter in April 2021 for the death of George Floyd, a 46-year-old black man whose killing led to nationwide protests against police brutality and racial injustice. Oh, you mean the racial injustice, like when he stuck a gun in a pregnant girl's face? That racial injustice, but nobody gonna speak about that. Anyway, the video taken by a bystander of Floyd's fatal encounter with Minneapolis police on May 25th, 2020, shows Chauvin, who was white, pressing his knee on Floyd's neck for more than 9 minutes. 3 other police officers involved in the episode were charged and are serving shorter sentences. Chauvin was sentenced to 22.5 years in prison in June 2021. He also pled guilty in December 2021 to a federal charge of violation Floyd's civil rights and was sentenced to 21 years in federal prison, which he is serving concurrently with his state sentence. Chauvin is now seeking to overturn his conviction on a federal charge arguing in a filing last week that he wouldn't have pled guilty had he been aware of the theories of the Kansas-based pathologist who does not believe Floyd died as a result of Chauvin's actions. Well, that's story right there. I tend to agree with the pathologist, but you tell me your opinion. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm out.